This interview is in the framework of international project named International Meeting with Entrepreneurs. My name is Katarina and I'm from EUROSUD organization in which I'm doing my Erasmus internship. As part of my daily task, I'm involved in a lot of different and very interesting projects. The aim of the project is to exchange knowledge in the field of the European labor market, entrepreneurship, social rights, workers' rights and equality, as well as raising awareness of the participants and increasement of their leadership potential. In today's episode, we would like to introduce you one of the successful stories of social entrepreneurs with Giuseppe Belvedere, who is the president of company named Experience. Welcome, Giuseppe.
Hi, ciao Caterina.
How are you today?
Very good, very fine.
I want to thank you at the beginning to receive and accept our interview and to take a part of this. Now I would like to tell something about Experience, about your organization and company. So Experience is based in Bari, here in Italy, and was established in 2014 from previous project oriented more to Erasmus students housing. In 2015, were Experience winner of competition Coopstartup Puglia. Main aim of the company is to offer an innovative service for temporary rent of building for tourists, artists, and young professionals. In this interview, you will find out more about becoming social entrepreneur, importance of marketing in a field like this, and future plans of Experience, which was until now a secret, so keep listening. Giuseppe, I would like to ask you at the beginning, how did it all start and what was the motivation and initial idea for this project?
Yes, so like whole stories starts from another story. So Experience is the evolution of another company. 10 years ago, we won a business competition named Principi Attivi with a company idea named Erasmus Student Experience, and we began to realize accommodation services for Erasmus students. 5 years later, based on what we understand about accommodation business, we founded another company named Experience through the win of another competition named Coopstartup, this time to manage apartments for tourists and artists.
Amazing. This project was some kind of proper business plan, or it was just some kind of plan with blurred lines at the very beginning?
Yeah, we had a very proper business plan. We worked a lot to create the best business model for this company, but even though we worked to improve our business model, in the company lifetime, it's usually to change and fix based on what happened in the company ecosystem and in the world. Think about now with the global pandemic.
Mm-hmm. And what does it take to start such kind of business? What were the biggest challenges at the beginning?
I think access to credit is the biggest challenge. We were not rich and we had no private capital to invest. And to start a business, we need to invest money to pay the rent to owners and to produce our furniture. So the access to credit is the biggest challenge.
And how did you solve this problem? Where did you get these financial resources to start this business? Did you find any local funds or something like this?
Yes. For example, thanks to the win of the business competition, we got a reward, 5,000 for administrative cost. But we need more to start. So we asked to some banks to evaluate our business model. And then we choose one bank named Banca Etica to support our company. And we started with a first investment of 35,000 for first 3 apartments. Then we will add more because you never have to finish investing.
And about administration process to start and run the business, were there some difficulties?
At the beginning, everything is new. You should study a lot, but you have to know that there's always a space to improve and a space to know new things. Even though I'm improving some administration processes, there are laws, regulations, situations that change very fast, and you have to be ready for all. The business world is very flexible.
I agree with you totally. Now we can move to part to describe us more in detail what are the current activities of the company.
So we offer an innovative service for temporary rent of apartment for tourists, artists and young professionals, with the objective to increase the living quality through key activities. For example, innovative furnishing concept in eco-design, creation of community, co-planning of users, domotic system for access and consumptions. So the company rents apartments, okay, through contract of long-term rent, and we sub-rent rooms and whole apartment. We create this format of furnishings and offers to our guests an housing solution turnkey. In the process, we engage our guests into the development of our apartment. For example, we do it with local and international artists. In this way, apartments assume new value and turn into experiential housing solution.
It's still to make a profit, but invest part of it to social changes as well. Yeah. Could you share with us what kind of activities focused on social change are you providing?
In experience, we offering sharing solution and cultural activities in a common space. Renting with experience is interactive and dynamic, providing guests with the opportunity to dive into the local culture. For example, living spaces transcend domestic norms, becoming a living dialogue between old knowledge and contemporary creativity. We cooperate with local aspiring designers and artisans to design spaces, treating rooms as a blank canvas to explore local aesthetics and contemporary issues. The concept of experience emerges from the field of art and design to create an international community while maintaining the spirit of Puglia's livery capital. The concept of building community is crucial to designing an alternative and sustainable future. This project aspires to create a supportive platform and network for local and international artists. But I want to talk about another project we started last year. We managed the first social housing project in the South Italy. 250 families that share services, spaces, and competencies. For example, these days we are creating a social garden with tenants. It is a new way to intend the way to live in sharing.
And currently, how many people work for Experience?
Now we are 8. At the beginning, we were 3 founders. Then we had in the company Mariangela. She's our architect to create our furniture. And then arrived Giusy and Emilia that managed the relationship with our guests. And Angela and Mina for cleaning. So now we are 8.
We are talking about modern business areas such as renting. What innovation were you able to implement into this business area?
Yes, we wanted to improve accessibility and reduce waste in the apartment. So we created an online check-in system that allowed us to open doors from every part of the world and allow us, our guests, to get into the apartments anytime, also in the night. Then we focused on waste. Of course, guidelines for the separate waste collection, but especially we installed home automation to control consumption, having vast in terms of the environment and economic.
Me as a normal person, what can rent even your apartment, this sounds really, really interesting, and I like this innovation that you implemented. What is the main source of profit for experience nowadays?
Oh, this is simple. Of course, the income from rents.
Okay. And what you consider as both an economic and non-economic value that experience brings to the local community?
First of all, building a company, we create jobs, and it was our first goal. Then we share every company process with the local community and with the international community, and we know that share can be the beginning of a new value.
All of us know how important is visual marketing, so I would like to know which are the main communication channels that you use, as well as direct and indirect tools of marketing itself.
Yes, we have of course a website, we have of course Facebook page and Instagram page, but our first partner are Booking and Airbnb, of course. Our primary channels and best business partners.
So which one of them you consider as the one with the biggest impact?
Of course, Airbnb and Booking. I think Booking better than Airbnb.
Okay. And what about marketing ideas?
So always we pay attention to create links to improve our business. Our marketing plan is updated every 2-3 months, it depends. One of the founders manage it, Danilo, and share the decision with other members of the company.
And how do you look for new partners, properties, and local stakeholders?
Yes, because networking is the key. And we worked with a lot of local companies. For example, Impact Hub Bari is a co-working space, a University Aldo Moro of other association or other space named Spazio 13, for example. And I can tell you that we are doing a very good job with that.
And do you intend as well to buy your own property and to rent it in the future?
No. No, because we are building a portable model. Now we can stop the rent, for example, for one of the apartment and install our furniture in another apartment in another city. So we think that the access is more important than ownership. And you have to consider another things. We probably wouldn't resolve anything buying one apartment. We should to buy more and more, and we can do it. We don't have too much money.
Okay, I understand. So it's very connected with your business plan itself. It makes sense. And what about your competitors?
So every property is for tourists in the center of Bari. Of course, hotels, B&B, but also private apartment shared on Airbnb and Booking. But I think especially all accommodation that care to backpackers and low-cost tourism. There are our two competition. Yes, these are our two competition.
Okay. And what do you consider personally as the added value of experience for your life?
Experience is the company of my life. Is the company I choose to create with my colleagues and my friend, and is the company that allows me to realize my ideal lifestyle. For example, we organized our process to have more time to do, for example, other business or other things. This business allows us to manage our work time in the best way for us, to travel a lot in the world. For example, we usually travel together in the winter, sometimes for 2 months, in the opposite part of the world.
This is very, very good and nice added value for your life from my point of view. And what are the most important skills according to you to run such kind of business?
I think the vision and the risk taking. The idea is not the most important thing. Probably is the last important thing of all. The question is not what do you do, but how do you do it?
This is very important because for sure a lot of people who are now listening our interview will be excited of your experience. So maybe some of them are willing to start similar business. So do you have some another recommendation for them?
Don't be afraid to start a business. Don't be afraid to do the first step. Stop theory, do it. Don't be afraid to take loans and to invest. You have to be proactive if something change. For example, with a global pandemic like this, your business model you should update it every year. You have to be flexible.
And if you mention this crisis now, could you feel some difficulties during your daily business routine caused by this coronavirus crisis?
Of course, because tourism flows are stopped. We didn't work from March to June, and now another time from November to I don't know. And we lost 90,000 euro of our revenue.
We all can see that there is a very big impact even in this area of business, of this crisis. But because we promised to our listeners that we will share some of your plans for the future, do you have some ideas how to expand, develop or improve the business?
Yes, I talked about Bari social housing in the other question, and next year we will start the same project in Matera, and we will start Matera social housing, another space to share living experiences. And then we want to realize an hostel. For example, here in Puglia, there isn't any hostel. It's incredible. We are searching a building to do it in the city. It's not easy, but it's our job. And then we want to start experience houses, apartments in other cities. This year was to be the year, but we know that now is impossible to invest in other cities. We want to wait the end of pandemic.
Thank you really for sharing these beautiful ideas of your business. And what are the most exciting and enjoyable parts about running experience?
The experience allowed me to do what I want in my life, and this is great for me. And also the creation of jobs. Creation of jobs is a very important objective.
Can you share with us some funny moments from your daily routines of business?
Yes, I could share the time that one American guy was going to burn one of the apartments, or the time that one Russian woman booked for 3 days but remained stuck in the bed for 10 days for health problems. During those days I become a nurse boy, or the time that we rent one apartment, but few hours before check-in of our guests we had nothing ready because the apartment was a new one, or the time that the police called us at 2 o'clock in the night because our guest was not able to find the right building, and it was ringing to all in the street. Or the time that I presented our project to the Italian minister, and I was wearing summer shorts while everyone were so elegant, but we was in the sea 5 minutes before. And there are a lot of funny moments. You should stay with us sometimes to realize what can happen with us.
I really would like to stay a little bit of time of your working time with you, because it seems it's very exciting and can be very funny. But at another side, I can see that you have to be really flexible, and I can see that you are really willing and passionate about your project, about your business. So I would like to again thank you for participating at this project, to take a part in this interview, to share with us your ideas and suggestions for another people. So now I would like to say hello and thank you.
Thank you, you too.